Hello! So we've been having a lot of fun on the channel with Dota 2 bot modes, and a lot of that comes from you guys creating the Dota 2 bot modes. So now I want to help you create better Dota 2 bot modes. Me and a guy called Ashi who created this really nice template that is very easy to install. I'm going to show you how to do it, and will then allow you to modify your Dota 2 bot modes a lot more than you currently can with, again, no coding experience. You don't need to be able to code a single line of code for this. It's super easy to use. I will explain everything. So let me go and make myself smaller really quick. First thing we want to do, as always, we want to go into the Dota 2 tools, right? So then we go in here and we create an empty add-on, right? You can see I've created, sorry. We'll create an empty add-on. We're going to go ahead and we'll just give this a name. Let's call it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Why not? It'll be fine. So we created. Oh, I apparently cannot do that. Well, I didn't know that. All right. We'll just call it Butsmon. There we go. Should be nice and easy to find. So now we're already done with this first step, because what we now want to do is we go and download this file right here, right? So it's a zip file. It's called betterbuts.zip. It's in the link down in the description. It's a Google Drive file. You can just download it. All right, don't worry, it's not a virus. Because what you will find inside of it is this stuff. So it's just a folder with 2 more folders inside of it, content and game. So what you do now is you go into your Steam library, right? So I'm in my Steam library right now. You go into Steam Apps, Common, Dota 2 Beta, and then we have content here and game here. Let's start with content, right? So we go into content, Dota add-ons, and then you can see we have Butsmon. That's the mode we just made, right? Then we go in here, we click on top of this. So now you can see that we are in content here and we are in content, Dota add-ons, Butsmon here. We take this, copy it, and then paste it in here. Done. That's it. Then we go out of here, right? Now we are back in Dota 2 Beta and content and game. We click on game, Dota add-ons, and then there's Buts1. You click on Buts1. And then you go ahead and grab yourself the game here. You can see there's a lot of overlap. So we just copy paste this and move it in here. And then we replace everything inside of it. Easy peasy. There's a README in here, which if you open up this README, it will explain some of the things that I'm about to explain as well, right? But you don't necessarily need that right now. Anyway, so now that we have done that, we go in here and we launch the custom game tools. Of course, selecting the game mode that we just created. Right, but we launch the custom game tools, and then you can see we already got the Dota.vmap. We click on that. It's gonna load up. And yeah, it's gonna load. That's how it is. And then we have our map, and then we can build it, right? And we can run the map. Now, we're not gonna do that right now. Well, actually, let's go ahead and do that once. While in the meantime, I'm showing you some other stuff. So here's how you use this template, right? This is why this template is good. So you click on here. You are in game Dota 2, Dota add-ons Buts1, right? You click on scripts, and then you have vscripts. And then you have a settings file. Now, the settings file is the big thing that we're looking for, because in the settings file, you can go and enable a bunch of stuff. You can say, I want to have no hero respawns, right? You just disable that. You can have a universal shop by just putting this into true, right? So this is now true. You can say, I want to allow the same hero selection. You change that to true. You want custom tree regrow time. You want this to be 5 seconds, right? You can increase how much gold you have per tick, how much tick time, how much bonus experience. And this is actually the really important stuff in my opinion, right? I think for a lot of Dota 2 bot modes, it would be really helpful if they had just a little bit of acceleration added into them, right? So if your Dota 2 bot mode is one that really only starts taking off in the late game, and you want people to be able to use crazy stuff in the late game, then it might be a good idea to just go in here and accelerate the gold per tick to 2 and maybe add in 50% bonus experience. right? So now we're getting more gold per tick, but I'm actually going to go ahead and change this to 10, just so it's making it a little bit more obvious. At base, right, at the beginning, when you're first starting this up, it's actually set up in such a way that it's just base Dota. Nothing has changed. It's just Dota, right? Like this, all of the values in the settings are just normal Dota, and as you can see in here, right, like it is just normal Dota. We could wait a little bit, but well, I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of try to prove it, I guess. But it is just normal Dota, right? We can go in here and like just eat these trees, and we'll take them 6 minutes to respawn. It's all just as you would expect. But I have just changed it, so now I'm gonna go back in here. I'm gonna go ahead and run it again. Gonna take a second, as always. Right, there we are. So we can now run it again. And we'll just pick somebody, doesn't really matter who. And we are in the game. So we can now go ahead and you can see I can buy from the secret shop because we enabled global shop, right? So I'm going to go ahead and get myself a ton of extra money. I can just buy from the secret shop. If I go and chop down some of these trees, you will see that they will respawn really quickly, right? Because we have now changed these values and the game adjusts to that. Isn't that cool? All right. Also, currently in here, you can go again. You go into, wait, I think I'm in the, yeah, there we go. Wrong one. So we are again in game. You basically never want to go into content, by the way. You only go into content once to add in the map. That's why we're going into content. You mostly want to spend your time in game. So you go into game again, you go into scripts, you go into NPC. Actually, wait. Yeah, no, it is NPC. Sorry. Got confused for a second. No. You go into NPC and then you have the hero list, right? So you can just go in here and you can set Abyss Underlord to 0, then you won't have Abyss Underlord in your mode. If you really hate Abyss Underlord. You have abilities custom, right? So you can go ahead and create a custom ability if you want to, right? There are, you know, like some custom abilities in there, but also much more importantly, you can go in here and actually edit abilities. So you can see that all current abilities that are in Dota are already in here. Now, this is something that it's gonna be, like, we're probably gonna have to update this thing once Dota releases a patch, because, like, then it's going to be out of date. You know, like, abilities that are in here will override abilities that Dota updates themselves. But nonetheless, you can see that there are some, that there are all abilities in here, and you can just go in here and edit these values. So if I want to say I want to have anti-mages, what's it called, counterspell, not have a duration of 1.2, but a duration of 12. Apparently I'm really bad at typing 12. Then we did that, right? Now we can go into our game, which we just updated. So we go ahead and we run this again. So we just gotta run it. Fantastic. Go ahead and start this. And where's my anti-mage? Cool, and you can see duration 12 seconds, right? I can't even prove it. We can just go into a match really quick. Yeah, and then you can very easily go and make your Dota 2 bot modes, right? There's a lot of options available in this template. Again, you can read the README for some additional information. But it's just gonna make making these Dota 2 bot modes like cleaner and easier, and you can add in multipliers. You can go much crazier, right? And it's gonna be a lot of fun. So I hope to see you guys like actually go and use this. Like, I think it's really cool, right? And it's something that would be a shame if we didn't make use of, right? I feel like there are a lot of Dota 2 bot modes out there that exist right now that could use this. And yeah, so something you can also do if you already have an existing Dota 2 bot mode, right? And you are like, okay, cool, I want to add in the settings option, right? And want to be able to modify how much, like, how much gold you get per tick and all of that stuff, but I don't want to like just throw away my entire game mode. What you do is you create a new what's it called, a new game mode, just like I just showed you, right, with the template. And then you just go into NPCs, into abilities custom, and you just like delete all of this and copy paste in the one you had made, right? You just delete all of it and copy paste in the one you had made. Same is true for items custom, heroes, and all of that. You know, units custom right here. It also has, you know, like all of the units in here. So you can see there's the thinker, right? There's the ranged creeps. You can go modify the ranged creeps. You have got the ranged super creeps, the ranged mega creeps, right? Yeah, we can also scroll down a little bit, and you've got the forest trolls, right? You can ancient black drake. So yeah, again, you can just modify everything. Like, just go ahead and go wild. All right, have a fun time with it. In case you don't know, I'm going on vacation tomorrow. I'm not gonna be here for like 2 weeks. I'm hoping that by the time I'm back, there's gonna be a lot of crazy game modes, right? If there aren't a lot of crazy game modes using the template, I'll be kind of disappointed, boys. All right. Cool. So link down below to the download. Also, if you want to like get more details on how to make a game mode, I'm gonna link the previous tutorial as well. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.